Today we're going to talk about long toss, the pros and cons, and what you can go ahead and do instead. This is Dom back with the Overhead Athletic Institute. So we're going to talk about how long toss can change the trajectory of how your arm moves and how can it actually apply more stress to your arm and how it may not be as beneficial as many people think. When we go ahead, people go ahead and long toss, we're actually throwing up and a trajectory that's much higher, throwing onto an arc. So when our arm comes through, we're getting a lot of tilt here, and that elbow continues to move up, and it never actually pulls down again to release the ball as we continue to move up, and we're actually releasing this way. So now our elbow and our shoulder are moving against gravity, which is applying a lot more stress to the shoulder tissues as well as the elbow. So we actually want to see a pull down as we come through that also allows us to use our lats, which is a much bigger muscle that allows us to get an extra pull down force as we pull the ball down. So some people may argue that throwing long toss allows you to get a little more feel and to really get into layback and feel the ball coming out of your hand. But in a sense, you can get that same feel from throwing onto a line. That trajectory is going to reinforce bad habits as you continue to move the elbow up, even if it's at a low intensity and you're trying to gain feel. The better thing to do is just throw on a line at a lighter intensity where you're reinforcing the correct mechanics and forcing the elbow to pull down on the ball so you're throwing down on a line, more similar to what you do on the mound. So how do we reinforce this? We like to do an Aquabag exercise to go ahead and teach the shoulders to tilt back because we still want to tilt and get rotation away from the target, but as we come through we want to pull down the elbow rather than allowing it to continue moving up. So we've got an Aquabag here, just a big bag filled with water. We're going to go ahead and hold this thing right up over our chest like this, and we're going to do an Aquabag throw. So we're going to go ahead and go through our normal throw. We're going to go through our leg lift, go into a dip in our hinge, but we're going to let all this water fall down to the right side and then come through and come up and over. So when we come through, we really want to get all this water here, get that good tilt away from the target, and then as we come through, we bring the shoulder up and over to teach that pull down mechanism that we're kind of talking about earlier in the video. Along with our Aquabag exercise, we have a throwing drill that we like to use with our athletes to reinforce that pull down of the elbow as we go through the throw. So we're going to start with our hand up above our head, facing the target here, and then we're going to take a big step forward, pull the ball down to the ear this way. So we're pulling down, and then we're coming up and over and down as we go through the throw. So go ahead and utilize some of these drills and exercises as well as a plan for throwing to go ahead and reinforce the correct movement patterns. All right, so many people throw long toss because they are increasing intensity and they need to move out further. We'll argue just throw at that same intensity but closer. You're just throwing more on a line. All right, so maybe only go out to 100, 120 feet where you can get everything on a line rather than throwing onto an arc. Try out these exercises. Go ahead and try throwing onto a line rather than an arc, and you'll see big changes in your consistency with your mechanics. Go ahead, subscribe, check out more videos. We'll see you in the next one.